Hey everyone, we are now here in Cuervo, New Mexico. Cuervo, this is a small ghost town located just off of the interstate. I'd always wanted to come to the cemetery, so we thought, why the heck not? Hold on, everybody, sorry, let me get this chain undone. So here we are, because you all know how we love abandoned stuff, but this little cemetery, thought it'd be pretty cool. It's kind of off the beaten path. You have to walk over here a little bit to get to it, but as you can see, there's a lot of old graves here. Just your typical old kind of Western cemetery, but really cool nonetheless, right? Boyle. Saulberger, age 81 years. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Saulberger. Let's take a look at this over here. So I know it might be a little morbid, a little weird, but I've always enjoyed visiting old cemeteries. Always. Oh, look at this, how sad. Clifford Armstrong, 1904 to 1916. And check that out. It looks like a large child's toy right there. Too cool, right? A personal memento from over 100 years ago. Wow. Susan Armstrong, 1836 to 1909. Mary J. Arnold, 1861 to 1940. Wow, 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 you all. Some really old plots here. George Arnold, gone but not forgotten, died 1939. Wow, wow, wow. Old stuff, right? C.M. Arnold. Sorry, you all. Trying to be careful not to step on the graves. I still like to be respectful. So, if any of you all do come to visit the cemetery, of course, just be respectful of the dead that are buried here and the loved ones who may still be alive. But I do encourage those of you that live in the state of New Mexico to definitely get out and explore your state. There's a lot to see here in New Mexico. And all right, so here we are in Cuervo. There's this old schoolhouse that I'm approaching right over here. But before I go there, check out this old bridge. Kind of cool, right? That's some really old masonry. Old bridge here. This is the schoolhouse, the original schoolhouse for the town of Cuervo, which sits over there. Pretty much all these buildings that you see, all these homes, pretty much all abandoned. This schoolhouse here, this has been abandoned since, can't even remember when. Also, before anyone says anything, no, I did not cause this damage. All this stuff is just kind of wide open, flapping. We're not here to cause any damage, disturb anything, do anything more than take a few photos and call it a day. My handy flashlight. So it looks to me like they've actually done some work in here. They were going to do something with this building, which would have been too cool. Look at that old stove. So when I came in here last time, it was probably back in 2008 or 9. Wow, it's pretty much new floor. So when I was in here last, there was actually still a chalkboard at that end. This building itself is actually pretty old. I'm not really sure of the date, but if anyone watching this has any idea. So, oh, right over there. You all see that rectangle right there? So that used to be the chalkboard, and sitting right over here was a really old stove, which I'm sure someone has taken by now. I'll post photos I'll upload some photos of this place the way I found it years ago. But looks today like whatever was being done with it was kind of came to an end. Still cool though. And check that out. Some kind of old drainage part, but take a look here. So a lot of these old buildings, especially out here in the west where it's pretty darn dry, they have these old cisterns that go into the ground just like this one we're looking into now. And these cisterns were once filled with rainwater or water that was pumped out of the ground. Whatever the case may be, see that old pipe right there? And this is what was actually used for irrigation and drinking water. So that's kind of the interesting thing about these old buildings, but that's kind of the case here. So we're now in another part of Cuervo here. I don't know what kind of old vehicle this is, maybe an old Chevy, but check that out. That is pretty old, right? Look at the inside of that. Even a couple of dials still left. Cool, right? Look at that big trunk. I always see these vehicles and wonder what the history may have been. Really about all these remnants. Every time I come to these places, I wonder, you know, what the families were like, who lived here. And also, just for posterity, you guys, we're not like breaking fences down or breaking doors down to come and check these places out. This stuff is just wide open. This is a ghost town by the name of, it's in Cuervo, New Mexico. But again, if any of you all come and visit this place, you know, just be respectful. If you come visit, take your photos, but, you know, don't destroy anything. But check it out. It's another one of those cisterns that I was talking about over near that old schoolhouse. So most of these old homes over here actually have their own cisterns. Most of these places are pretty darned old. So I've been in here a few times in most of these buildings. I think my mom and I have even come in and explored a few of these places. But look at all those rat droppings. Oftentimes in these old homes you can find owl pallets and that type of thing, but check it out. Some of these homes, look at that old woman's shoe. In some of these homes it's like people just decided to pick up and leave. Last time I was here there was a lot more like personal paperwork, but here, if I don't kill myself on these steps, let's take a look upstairs, right? Wow, look at that. So here's a small attic. I'm definitely not going to go up there. My big self will probably fall through the ceiling. But this is the attic upstairs. This is, again, this is about as high as I'm going here. Pretty cool house though, right? And here's what was probably a small bedroom. Another small bedroom. Oh yeah, look, even an old mattress. Looks like some old paperwork. Definitely a woman lived here. Some old articles of clothing, maybe, oh, pants. Kind of crazy, right? Kind of weird. But I don't know. I don't know. Hey, but if anybody watching these videos, if they happen to have family or know anything about this town, do chime in and let us know in the comments. That would be great to come across someone that has a little bit more information about these places. So here's another small set of houses on a small sandstone embankment. So I've also been in these homes previously. Actually, both of us have. I think we were last here back in December. Look, there's an old pit. Something was there. But look at the side of this home. It was made with what looks like an old advertisement, an old sign of some type. So kind of interesting. All these homes here, I imagine, are probably layered with history, I would imagine. Let's come take a look in this one first. Look at this 1950s, 60s green. There's even some old linoleum in here. Probably the restroom there. Maybe, oh wow, look at that old ceiling, everybody. That old wooden ceiling. Pretty cool, right? Oh, I bet this was the kitchen right here. Oh, yeah, this was the, oh no, this was probably a bedroom. Look at that old ceiling. That is too cool, you all. Wow, wow, wow. So, here's the old kitchen. Wow, look at this old refrigerator. Let's take a look. Maybe there's something to snack on, right? Oh, not today. There's some rat poop and owl droppings, but that's about it. Too cool, right? I wonder what would have been in this refrigerator had it been opened up 40 or 50 years ago. Cool, right? So now back out onto the porch of this building. It looks like there was actually another small home right over here too. So, wow. If I don't kill myself with all this um, mesquite out here, here's another old home. Home sweet home, right? Look at that. A little off-centered, but hey, could be worse. Wow. You know, for some reason, this one is always one of my favorites. We've been over here a couple of times, but for some reason, I kind of like something about this little house. It's kind of cool. Kind of small, but kind of cool nonetheless, right? Even remnants of the old floor, a couch. Oh, look right there. I bet that was maybe for a little wood burning stove. Something like that, right? Little countertop, some storage. Haha, dang dog, always shaking. Let's see what we see out the window. Cool, right? So I'm not going to go in there. There's a lot of nails sticking up, that type of thing. But cool nonetheless, right? So still here walking around Cuervo. I think this is what was probably an old pump house, an old water well. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like to me at least. We're gonna go take a look in these other homes over here. Cool, right? If I can find a way through all this cactus. So I really just love the history of all these places. Actually, we both do. That's why one of the reasons why we come and do this kind of thing so much is the history is always extremely interesting. Look at all those glass shards right there. But anyhow, yes, the history of these places is always extremely interesting. You just never know what you're going to find out here. And I mean, probably not a box full of money or gold or diamonds or anything, but I mean, it's just interesting nonetheless. I've always kind of enjoyed, I guess, haunting these kind of abandoned places. Even ever since I was even a young man. When I first started driving, one of my favorite places to go was just out into the countryside and kind of do like I'm doing now and explore these old abandoned homes. Again, I've never been into like vandalizing or taking or spray painting, none of that. And I don't recommend anybody do that either. But I kind of like just to come through and look and see and imagine, I suppose. Oh, look at the pattern on this old carpet. Pretty cool, right? Haha. There's somebody honking. So I just spoke with the local, and I kind of just told him we're not here bothering nothing, but he was very friendly, kind of looking for his dogs. But anyhow, look at that old pattern. Wow, cool, right? Look, this whole wall just literally fell over here. And another one of those cisterns that I was talking about. Look at that. See, most of these homes have these cisterns here. Oh, and I see a basement. Oh, I see a basement, everyone. Here's the old kitchen of this home. But even better, I see a basement. Oh, this was the other house we were just in. Wow, look at that. Oh, it's not a big one. Not a big one, but a basement nonetheless. I wonder if anybody ever even had to take shelter in there at any point. Cool though, right? Alright, so we are here at this cool looking, probably a small home. Or some type of living quarters, right? Haha, a lot of hay in here. Oh, too cool. All this old wooden floors. Hope we don't fall through anything, but interesting with all this hay here, right? Huh. That old stove. I don't know about you all, but I really love the old wooden walls in these places. Oh, and check that out, that little window above the door. Let's go take a look back here and see what we can see.